Hi, everybody. I remembered this time. You gotta turn the mic on before you start to speak. Hi, welcome. It is 7 o'clock here in the East Village, where I am coming to you live here on, what date is it? It's May 14th. Thursday, May 14th. 2020. We are 70-something days into the stay-at-home orders. And yes, if it's as noisy outside where you are as it is here, you know that it is indeed 7 o'clock. Thank you for joining me tonight. Here, where I've been alone for a long time, and where I have built a bit of a white box theater in what used to be a closet in my studio apartment. I'm calling it the Theater in Quarantine, and I'm just so glad you could be here to join me tonight. This project has been dedicated to the idea that we don't have to sacrifice the integrity of the theatrical experience just because we are creating work online in isolation. If you've seen some of my earlier videos, you know I've been playing with a lot of really exciting tools to transform this very simple utilitarian space, which is 2 feet deep by 4 feet wide by 8 feet tall, into what I hope is an aesthetically dynamic and creatively versatile performance laboratory. Now, a couple weeks ago, we streamed our first live performance with an adaptation of Kafka's short story, The Neighbor, which is available to check out on this channel. And since then, me and my ever-expanding cohort of collaborators have been planning future projects, which I'm very excited to officially announce right here. Every other Thursday, so not next week, but oh gosh. I'm seeing right now that YouTube is a little glitchy right now, but hopefully it improves. It says that I have an excellent connection. I'm just going to keep going on with the spiel and hope that by the end of this, things ease up. Anyway, since then, we will be doing shows every Thursday. Not next week, the week after, and so on and so forth. We'll be here live. We'll probably need a coinage for this series. Closet Thursdays feels weird, so if anyone has any thoughts, let me know. So come back May 28th. We're going to be doing an evening of short form works, even shorter than usual, including a live performance of Katie Rose McLaughlin's really beautiful piece that was inspired by this closet. Wow, no glitch. There's a weird lag between me talking and you commenting and when I receive all of this. So that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, come back May 28th. We'll be here. Some more obligatory self-promotion, very quickly. If you enjoy the performance this evening, subscribe to my channel so you're updated whenever there's a new video. Please feel free to share any of my videos on your platform of choice. I'm doing a second performance tonight at 9, so if you enjoyed yourself, please share the 9 p.m. link with anyone you think might enjoy it as well. The link is down in the description. And if your enjoyment swells to the point of wishing you had paid for it, there is a digital tip jar in the description. Just follow the link to my Fractured Atlas page where all donations will be divided between me and tonight's collaborators, movement director Katie Rose McLaughlin and composer Alex Weston. I'd also like to take a quick moment to thank John Levin, Marika Kent, and Eben Hoffer, who have really been instrumental in helping get this thing up. And especially to Justin Nestor and Theater Me Too, who've gone above and beyond just helping with the technical end of things, which is, as you can tell, we're always still working out. What you're about to see is an unauthorized edit of one of Samuel Beckett's masterpieces, Krapp's Last Tape, which is serving as our first exploration of spoken text inside the closet. This has presented a fair amount of logistical difficulties. So, I want to say up front tonight, apologies if the resolution's a little lower than last time, or if there's a little bit of audio lag at some point in the performance. If something goes beyond wrong, my father is the failsafe, I believe he's out there, and he will call me a sufficient number of times so that my phone goes off, and I will know that something has gone unbelievably wrong. Anyway, I'm happy to talk about all of this after the performance, when you're welcome to stick around and throw any questions you might have into the comments section. So let's get started. I'm going to take a brief 1-minute break so I can get into places. The piece is about 20 minutes long, so sit back and enjoy Theater in Quarantine's Box 3, Spool 5. $39 today. Sound is up. $39 today. Sound is a bell, apart from my old weaknesses. And intellectually, I have every reason to suspect at the crest of the wave, or thereabouts. Celebrated the awful occasion as in recent years at the wine house. Not a soul. Sat before the fire with closed eyes, separating the grain from the husks. Jotted down a few notes on the back of an envelope. It's good to be back in my old den, in my old rags. Just eaten, I regret to say, 3 bananas, and only with difficulty refrained from eating a 4th. Fatal thing for a man with my condition. Cut him out. Oh, the new light above my table is a great improvement. With all this darkness around me, I feel less alone. In a way. I love to get up and move about in it. And then back here to me. crane. What I wonder do I mean by that? I suppose I mean those things worth having when all my dust has settled. Close my eyes and try to imagine them. Extraordinary silence this evening. I strain my ears and do not hear a sound. Old Miss Magome always sings at this hour. But not tonight. Songs of her girlhood, she says. Hard to think of her as a girl. Wonderful woman. Cannot, I fancy. Shall I sing when I am her age? If I ever am. No. Did I sing as a boy? No. Did I ever sing? No. Just been listening to an old year, passages at random. I didn't check in the book, but it must be 10 or 12 years ago. That time I think I was living on and off with Bianca and Cato Street. Well out of that, Jesus, yes. Hopeless business. Well, not much about her, apart from a tribute to her eyes. Very warm. I suddenly saw them again. Incomparable. Ah, well. Ugh, these old PMs are gruesome, but I often find them a help before embarking on a new retrospect. Hard to believe I was ever that young a whelp. The voice, Jesus, and the aspirations. Oh, the resolutions. Oh. To drink less, in particular. Statistics. 1,700 hours out of the preceding 8,000 odd consumed on licensed premises alone. It's more than 20%, say 40% of his waking life. Plans for a less engrossing sexual life. Last illness of his father. Flagging pursuit of happiness. Unattainable laxation. Sneers at what he calls his youth, and thanks to God that it's over. False ring there. Shadows of the opus magnum. Closing with a yelp to Providence. What remains of all that misery? A girl with a shabby green coat on a railway station platform? No. When I look back on the year that is gone, with what I hope is at least a glint of the old eye that is to come, there is, of course, the house on the canal where Mother lay a-dying in the late autumn, after her long viduity, and the a-dying in the late autumn, after her long viduity, and the bench by the weir from where I could see her window. There I sat in the biting wind, wishing she were gone. And hardly a soul, just a few regulars, nursemaids, infants, old men, dogs. I got to know them quite well. by appearance, of course. I mean, one dark young beauty I recommend in particularly. All white and starch, incomparable bosom, with a big black hooded perambulator, most funereal thing. Whenever I looked in her direction, she had her eyes on me. And yet, when I was bold enough to speak to her, not having been introduced, she threatened to call a policeman as if I had designs on her virtue. The way, the face she had, the eyes, like, chrysolite. Oh, well. I was there when... the blind went down. One of those dirty brown roller affairs. Throwing a ball for a little white dog, as chance would have it. I happened to look up, and there it was. All over and done with at last. I sat on for a few moments with the ball in my hand and the dog yelping and pawing at me. Moments. Her moments. My moments. The dog's moments. In the end, I held it out to him, and he took it in his mouth, gently, gently. A small, old, black, hard, solid rubber ball. I shall feel it in my hand until my dying day. I might have kept it, but I gave it to the dog. Spiritually, a year of profound gloom and indigence. Until that memorable night in March, at the end of the jetty, in the howling wind, never to be forgotten. When suddenly I saw the whole thing. The vision at last. This, I fancy, is what I have chiefly to record this evening, against the day when my work will be done. And perhaps no place left in my memory, warm or cold, for the miracle for the fire that set it alight. What I suddenly saw then was this, that the belief that I'd been going on all my life, namely, great granite rocks, the foam flying up in the light of the lighthouse, the wind gauge spinning like a propeller, the dark that I had always struggled to keep under is in reality my most unshatterable association. Until my dissolution of storm and night with the light of the understanding and the fire. My face in her breasts and my hand on her. We lay there without moving. But under us, all move, and moved us gently up and down, and from side to side. Past midnight. Never knew such silence. The earth might be uninhabited. Here I am. Upper Lake, the punt, bathed off the bank and then pushed off into the stream and drifted. She lay stretched out on the floorboards with her hands under her head and her eyes closed. Sun blazing down, bit of a breeze, the water nice and lively. I noticed a scratch on her thigh and asked how she came by it. Picking gooseberries, she said. I said again I thought it was hopeless and no good going on, and she agreed without opening her eyes. I asked her to look at me, and after a few moments, she did, but the eyes just slits because of the glare. I bent over her to get them into the shadow, and they opened. Let me in. We drifted in among the flags and stuck. The way they went down, sighing before the stem. I lay down across her with my face in her breasts and my hand on her. We lay there without moving. But under us all moved, and moved us gently up and down, and from side to side. Past midnight. Never knew such. I thought it was hopeless and no good going on, and she agreed without opening her eyes. I asked her to look at me, and after a few moments she did, but the eyes just slits because of the glare. I bent over her to get them into shadow, and they opened. Let me in. We drifted in among the flags and stuck. The way they went down, sighing before the stem. I lay down across her with my face in her breasts and my hand on her. We lay there without moving, but under us gently up and down and from side to side. past midnight. Never knew such silence. The earth might be uninhabited. Here I end this reel. Box 3, spool 5. Perhaps my best years are gone, when there was a chance of happiness. But I wouldn't want them back. Not with the fire in me now. No, I wouldn't want them back.
There's a fruit store on our street, it's run by a Greek, and he keeps good things to eat, but you should hear him speak. When you ask him anything, never answers no. He just yeses you to death, and as he takes your dough, he tells you, yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today. We brought beans like bunions, cabbages and onions, and all kinds of fruit and a pear. We have an old patron tomato, and nice juicy potatoes. But yes, we have no bananas, no bananas. We have no bananas today. Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today.
Hey, well, we made it, which I'm amazed to say is the case. So right here is where we get to chat. We'll cut it a little bit short tonight, unfortunately, because of the delay at the beginning, and hopefully we can figure that out for tonight in an hour and 20 minutes. But I'd love to chat with you now, and so feel free to just throw anything you'd like into the comments section. I really I love getting to chat with people at the end of these. This piece has been a bit of a challenge. I'll start off just talking about the technical issues that took over. To this time, using text, we sort of brought in a bunch of mics, clearly, but also I started overloading my system because we were using QLab to do all of these live manipulations of the camera, and that's taking a lot of bandwidth on the computer. So clearly, I need to invest in a couple new toys in order to make sure everything runs smoothly. Anyhow, thanks again. If there's no comments or anything, cool. I'm good to chat a little bit longer, but then I'll probably head out because I would love a little bit of a rest before tonight. But really appreciate you all coming in. No, that's not what I want to do. Trying to work on this piece. It's a very complicated piece, and it's difficult to talk about doing a play in this space. We chose this text because, I mean, for its thematic ideas aside, because it's sort of a masterpiece of isolation, naturally, but also because it was just an opportunity to put language in the space and see how interesting that is. These experiments are ongoing, naturally. I've got this theory that I'm actually not connected right now, but we'll see. Anyway. Cool. Oh, yeah, see, I'm not connected right now. Yeah, weird. See? Wow, I didn't see any of these comments. I thought everyone was just kind of chatting to themselves. Hi, everybody. Hi, or had disappeared. Oh, okay. But hey, hi, people. Thanks for sticking around. Hi, Ian. How weird. That was really terrifying. Anyway, yes, I'm going to go rest up for the next show. Please send connected. I am connected. You're connected. I thought I've been connected this whole time. Maybe I wasn't. Honestly, I have no idea what you saw and didn't see. I guess I'll have to check the stream between feeds. Anyway, thank you all for joining tonight. I guess I'll just leave it at that. Again, thanks to Alex Weston, the composer. Amazing work. Thank you to Katie Rose McLaughlin and everyone else who was part of this project. Really strange. I don't know exactly what went on. I don't know why QLab wasn't feeding me any of my sound. Tricky, weird. But I appreciate your being here, and I'm going to head out. So thanks again. And here, if you haven't heard this song enough, here it is once more. That's a lie. I don't have it programmed into the outro.